Hey everybody, how's it going? So just wanted to jump on real quick and kind of go over a couple things. So stable's grown, 7 horses here. You saw in my previous video, I had some pretty good success with the cool catch drop. Made a little over 2 Ethereum, and I was able to pick up some horses with that. I still tried to be fairly budget friendly. Probably could have got some better horses that were good racers right off the bat, but I decided to try to expand the stable through quantity over 1 or 2 higher quality horses. So everybody remember Cheeks. Cheeks was the first horse that I purchased. Reason why I purchased Cheeks, go into the details here, it's because it came from a Nakamoto and a Buterin. Both of them were plus 10% winners. At the time of purchase, I paid 0.2. I think Ethereum was right around 2,000 at the time, so we're talking, close to a little bit over $400 for Cheeks. I don't regret it though. Cheeks loves to come in second place, which is frustrating. So, she's ranked up to 3, and I learned a lot from racing. It's been about 25 races or so. Still racing a little bit here and there to kind of get some more data on some of the different lengths that I haven't participated in a lot with her. But still like her. Still my favorite horse in the stable, and happy to have her. Second one, paid the same price. It's a little bit pricey. I probably overpaid for this one as well, especially based on current prices. But same thing. I wanted a horse that had parents who were both plus 10% winners, because to me, if this horse is an outstanding racer, it still has that potential to hold those genes, being a female. And I think there's a good possibility that if I can breed some good DNA back into it, we might get something interesting at the exclusive level. So it's kind of a lotto ticket with the way that I played that. Once again, still not sorry about it. I learned quite a bit. Does not pull second place ever. It's been in 18 races and pretty much a bad racer altogether. So that is what it is. Once again, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how the breeding goes with it. Then we have Fusion Light. So Fusion Light, I was able to pick up for 0.5. So at the time that was it was close to $1,000. And I picked her up. We would go back on one. So she's my first Genesis I picked up. She's 10% winner with a long racing history. I did race her a couple times and didn't have a lot of success, but I was going off of odds, and some of the racers are a lot stronger than they were when she was last raced. But first Genesis in the stable, definitely went with Philly so that way I can try to breed snipe a little bit. And I'm still a really big fan of this horse. Like the color. We'll definitely see what's going on with it with breeding. This was my first Colt Genesis I picked up. Similar reasoning. So I paid 0.39 for him, a little bit less than Cheeks, or a little bit less than Fusion here. But so here's the same thing. Plus 10% win rate. I'm hoping that he'll be able to breed in some good horses, and we'll kind of see how that goes. Are we there yet? I paid 0.249. So this was an expensive one. I believe it was, still just under 400 or just over $400. This was my very first Nakamoto into the stable though. So this is a Nakamoto Stallion exclusive. It's already gotten 2 covers. So, I paid roughly $450 for this horse, we'll say. And with the cover fees, I was able to make 100 of that back already. Just put it back up to stud. Not expecting to do extremely well right now in stud because they did just do the reset, so there's a lot of horses being put back out there. But I wanted to get a little bit of Nakamoto blood. It is an exclusive, so I will be able to breed it with other exclusives and elites, and or exclusives and legendaries, full elite horses. And, you know, the Nakamoto line, there's not a lot of Nakamotos out there. So I figure even if it's a poor performer, which it has shown to be, you know, 8 races, only 1 second place. If I was to buy this over a, say, a Genesis, you know, Buterin, where there's thousands and thousands of them currently, I should be able to get a better stud fee for the Nakamoto than the Genesis Buterin, at least right now in the current state of the game. So we'll kind of go from there. Now, the second Nakamoto I picked up is Purple Palace. I was super excited about this horse. I picked it up for, I believe it was still, you know, the $450 range. It's been kind of my go-to budget for unproven horses, which isn't very high. And in a lot of cases, it's too high. Scheduled run right now, but he also is an exclusive. And one of my favorite things about this horse, even though he hasn't been able to perform well, if we go into its lineage, which there's better ways to do this, it is a grandson of Billions, which, you know, Billions' grandchildren don't always perform well, but just to kind of have that iconic blood in my stable, I think 0.2, 0.3 would have been a steal, so I'm really happy I was able to pick him up at the price that I did. So really looking forward to kind of seeing what I can do with Billions. I feel like there's going to be a point in time where I should be able to get a decent amount out of stud fees. You know, nothing extraordinary or extravagant, but and maybe even, you know, breed within the stable and see if we can't pull something interesting. Now, the next horse is the very first born horse into the stable. So this is Camille. She is the product of Ozzy, and Fusion Light. I'm choosing to keep her unraced, mainly because she is a filly, and I do not want to race her and have another bad horse on my hands. So I'm going to keep her unraced. I've seen more success from unraced fillies and mares in breeding than I have with poor performing fillies and mares. So I already have 2 really poor performing legendary fillies and mares in my stable. So I figure I keep her unraced and race the elites that come out, or the exclusives and the elites that I might get out of her. And the only reason why I say exclusives and elites, I do have those exclusive Nakamotos that I might breed her with. We'll see. But for now, the plan is to breed her back into some Genesis blood and get a couple exclusives in the stable. And yeah, so that's really a quick update. I think the plan right now is to go through 1 breeding cycle with everybody. You know, Cheeks have a Nakamoto blood. Really want to breed into a Genesis Nakamoto if I can snag some DNA there and see if that maybe helps, you know, stacking that back in. Purple Palace, I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. Probably hold on to it. Not looking to stud it anytime soon. Still racing to get a little bit more data on the horse. As you can see, we got Purple Palace Cheeks and Zed Run all in races currently. And yeah, so, you know, Fusion will get another breed cycle. Cheeks and Purple Palace will breed at some point. I do know that. But yeah, so Cheeks, Bjorn, Fusion, and Camille all will breed once their cycle starts, and try to get a couple more horses in the stable. And then I believe the breed cycle reset for September is when I'll start selling some horses, especially if we can figure something out with this breeding algorithm and maybe bring into the stable through breeding a good racer, since even our 10% winners haven't really proven themselves with the current race classes because the horses are just getting good. You're seeing more and more of the top stables protecting their win rates, you know, picking the right races at the right times, and, you know, pumping out horses that are pushing 25% win rates. So it's kind of intimidating, you know, being in a new stable who really has no idea what I'm doing, and really just kind of piecing this together, having fun, doing some races, breeding a couple horses, and figuring out as I go. So thanks for following along. You know, if you want to continue to see my crazy ideas and me overspending on horses and seeing how terribly wrong it goes, keep following. So I appreciate it.